Hello, good morning, and welcome to Euros Daily. It's Saturday, the 10th of July. It's day 30 of Euro 2020. And with the final coming up tomorrow, we thought we'd have a more in-depth look at Italy and their route to where they are now in the final against England at Wembley tomorrow night. Joining me for this special look at the enemy this morning is the ranterific Rozzy Mack. And he's wearing his Italy shirt today, the pun king Mus. Why are you wearing an Italy shirt, mate? What's going on there?
I do feel a bit like a traitor, but I just thought
a bit.
We're reviewing Italy. I'll go on brand, and of course I'll burn it as soon as we come off air.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've gone for your Italian shirt. Roz's gone for his Hawaiian shirt, so can't really.
I'm sorry, you're saying that's in any way.
No, I'm just saying. No one's wearing an England shirt, are they? We're also part. We're also.
I'll wear it
tomorrow.
I'll wear it tomorrow.
We do the England review.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
dressed like a clown. So we're doing a special in Italy, and they're clowns. But no, do you notice my Alice band there?
Is that part of your clown outfit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ridiculous as possible because we're doing Italy and they're all clowns. No, because the bet. My friend literally ordered the Alice bands to my address.
Yeah.
Put the name as Jackie Grealish, right?
Yeah.
But it came in a pack. And I've only worn like the boring ones so far. I've worn like the black one, and I think I wore the grey one yesterday. But there were like some really kind of cool colours. So I thought I'd mix it up today with a bit of highlighter yellow and look as ridiculous as possible. Because I'm not taking Italy seriously at all.
You are looking like a Stabilo boss in that highlighter Alice band. Right. Euros Daily. Comment, like, subscribe, allow notifications, and share this video. That was a great pun. Come on. Mus is just so... I think Mus is frozen. He's obviously laughing.
No.
Frozen.
Sorry, what am I missing? I don't get it.
Are you serious? You don't get the pun?
I love that. Like, oh no, you didn't laugh at my joke. Oh, it's okay. He probably just didn't hear it. That's all it is. I reckon your internet connection's unstable, Mus. That's the only reason you didn't laugh. That's.
Oh dear. Stabilo boss. They make the highlighters. Stabilo bot is.
Oh right. Yeah.
Look, forget it. All right.
I'm sorry,
lads.
Yeah, my stationery knowledge isn't up to it. Sorry.
Yeah, well, you need to get moving on that. Right. Okay.
Hey.
Right. Let's talk Italy, shall we? And first of all, we'll take a little look at their route to the final. So it goes a little something like this. They played in Group J of the European qualifying tournament. In their group was Finland, Greece, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Armenia and Liechtenstein. So they played 10 games over this group and they won. How many did they win, guys? Go on, have a guess. Out of
all 10. Perfect record. All 10, right?
Well, yep, the Italy fans got it. 10 out of 10. No surprises there. Drew none, lost none. Scored 37, only conceded 4. 30 points. Won the group by 12 points. Finland came second in that group, and that's how they ended up getting through.
Finland came second, which is all you need to know.
Yeah, exactly. So then we saw Italy dominate the group stage of this tournament. Played 3, won 3, scored 7, conceded 0. Although the opponents, I mean, in hindsight, it was an impressive result against Switzerland, I guess. But Wales and Turkey were no match for Italy, were they, in the group stage? And on that opening night, it really was becoming obvious that, Italy looked pretty strong, didn't they, from day dot in this tournament, Roz?
Yeah, I think you could talk a lot about home advantage. The fact is that all 4 of the semi-finalists had that home advantage in the group stages, and it's kind of proved detrimental, particularly after no fans in stadiums for so long. But I think, again, in hindsight, what you can say is that Wales and Turkey were 2 of the probably bottom 4 or 5 teams in the tournament. You put them down there with North Macedonia. I've said before, Wales have 2 world-class players, and the rest are all kind of second tier. Turkey offered nothing at all. And playing those games in Rome, I think it's very different to kind of, England having a home advantage against kind of tougher opponents. But yeah, Wales did look impressive. 3 nils. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and looking at the group stage, Mus, a couple of players that stood out really. Spinazzola was instrumental in that 3-0 win over Turkey. And then Locatelli with his two against Switzerland and Federico Chiesa against Wales all stood out. And they're all players that have been pivotal throughout the tournament, whether they've started or come from the bench. Spinazzola, we assume, will be missing tomorrow. It's advantage England in that sense, but what will they miss? What will Italy miss with Spinazzola not there?
They'll miss his pace. They'll miss his attacking threat. I'm not sure Emerson or any of the other kind of possible alternatives quite give you what Spinazzola had. He was also a bit of a surprise package because I think although he's kind of like only recently moved to Roma, before that he was at I think Sassuolo as well, and even he made the point that he's always played this way. It's just no one had taken attention of him because he'd played for one of the smaller sides. But for everyone else who doesn't watch the Italian league, he was a revelation. I think in the group stages he clocked up the kind of faster sprint. Again, we'll probably get a speeding ticket at the end of your road, Joe. But yeah, they'll definitely miss him. But they tried to kind of use it as inspiration and to bond the group. And after every knockout victory, they've got together and sung his name.
Yeah, talking of knockout victories, Italy's first match in the knockout round, the last 16, was against Austria. It wasn't easy. It was 0-0 going into extra time. Chiesa scored that left foot, right foot header sort of situation, used every bit of the body that he was allowed to use to eventually score that goal. Pessina, another substitute. You know, they have got a bit of depth in their squad, Italy. And then Kaladzic made it a difficult last 6 or 7 minutes with that narrowest of headers from the corner for Austria. I'm not sure if you remember that one. And into the quarterfinals, then they came up against Belgium. And this one was all set to be a modern classic, wasn't it, Ros?
Yeah, and they handled probably the most feared striker physically and in terms of pace and in terms of playing off the shoulder. And I think most people's tip for the golden boot in Romelu Lukaku, and they nullified him. You know, it's one of those things. Again, I think it's kind of a theme of England's group stage as well. But it's one of those things where you can say the opposition were rubbish, but you have to kind of do the work for them to kind of not turn up or look like they haven't turned up. And you just look at, on paper, that was such a hard one to call. You probably say just because of their world ranking, Belgium were probably slight favourites. And it was Italy's first real test, and they needed extra time to beat Austria, who have probably about 3 kind of players of that calibre. But they did well to get past it, conceded a penalty, second set-piece goal, so second goal of the tournament. But came through it, and that's all you can really do.
Yeah. Mus, so as Ros alluded to, conceded the penalty, which Lukaku dispatched. But it was already 2-0 to Italy at that point. Nico Barella and Lorenzo Insigne with an absolute perler of a goal. Goal of the tournament contender? Is it in the mix?
It's in the mix. Yeah, why not? It's one of the few. Well, you know, there's been like a handful of kind of outstanding outside the box goals. There's Schick's goal against Scotland from the halfway line. Dolberg's goal against Russia. Damsgaard's goal against Russia in the group stages. I mean, this one is probably the best goal and the most important game that we've seen so far. I'd say that.
I'd also say, kind of unlike the other goals, there's also the Yarmolenko one. This one, Insigne kind of beat a man, ran towards goal, perfect finish, kind of the only place he could put it, where Courtois, world-class goalkeeper, isn't saving it. I feel bad for Nicolo Barella, though. Barella sort of scored an absolute perler of it, really quick feet, got the shot off. And it's always one of those ones where you sort of score a brilliant goal in a really sort of tight match. But no one's going to remember your goal.
Yeah.
No one's going to remember Insigne's goal.
Yeah, well, that victory got them through to the semi-finals where they ended up playing Spain. Chiesa put them ahead on 60. Morata equalised on 80 minutes. They went through extra time and it went to penalties, which Italy won 4-2 on penalties, scoring the last 4 spot kicks. Morata and Olmo missed for Spain. Italy's 15-game Euro winning run came to an end, technically.
Yeah, but they're still 33 games unbeaten. And just to correct you there, Joe, Olmo missed, but Morata's shot was saved. And brings me on to Donnarumma, who, yes, there's been some outstanding outfield performances, but Donnarumma has also been a great performer for Italy. He has never conceded more than 1 goal in any of his 32 games for Italy, as we mentioned yesterday. He's kept 19 clean sheets in those games, so that's almost 60%. That's 59.2% clean sheet ratio, which is fantastic.
Just from the top of the dome.
There's bad, thank you. But there's bad news and there's good news. So I'll carry on with the bad news. This is only, so the semi-final was only the second time that he conceded in 3 consecutive matches. Now the good news is he's yet to keep a clean sheet in any of his games at Wembley. And even better news, I don't think his English is up to much, so he probably won't be able to pull off an Emi Martinez if it did go to penalties. Look at me, Harry, I know which way you're going. So,
I'll eat you up. Gonna eat you up.
Very good, mate. I'm loving that. Obviously done your research on Donnarumma, or you're just a massive Italy fan, and we could ask you that about any player. Instead,
I'm getting suspicious. I have to say, I'm getting suspicious.
yeah, me too. I don't know. He's kept it quiet for 30 podcasts.
He said he had lasagna the other day, and now it's all piecing
He
together.
did.
It's all piecing
yeah.
He
together.
did say he had a lasagna. Right. If I even get a whiff of a tiramisu, Mus, I'm not going to be happy. Roz, who's a player? I mean, Mus has just given us the lowdown on Donnarumma. Who's a player that you would focus on for Italy here?
I think Jorginho is the one to go for.
Oh,
He's
mate.
kind of the one that.
Can I just say, sorry, I completely forgot to mention his penalty. His
Yeah.
penalty in
Yeah.
the shootout against Spain. Please start there. Sorry.
No, absolutely. I think that. Well, I'll start on the game in general because I think my barometer of whether a goalkeeper's good or not. Donnarumma's been good in places, but can Morata score against you? And if he can, then not up to much. I'd also say on Donnarumma that he has conceded. He hasn't kept a clean sheet at Wembley, like Mus says. Do you know the goalkeeper that hasn't conceded yet at this tournament? There's a goalkeeper that hadn't conceded a single goal.
Sirigu.
Yeah. It's compatriot Sirigu. So, who of course kind of came on for those kind of last 2 minutes. So I don't know if sort of Mancini will go, oh, Donnarumma. Sirigu hasn't conceded. He's had a good season for Torino, I think he's at the moment.
Yeah. Just because you mentioned Sirigu, the only player in the Italy squad to not play is the third choice keeper, whose name escapes me at the moment, but 25 of the 26 have actually had time on the pitch this tournament.
Great stat.
Love
Nice.
that.
So yeah, and I think one of the constants has been Jorginho. I think it was someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was Chiesa who spoke of his importance to the team and said that if they won it, then Jorginho should be up for Ballon d'Or, which I think is considering his club form a bit hard to see. But yeah, dispatched that absolute class penalty, and we've seen it for a couple of years now in the Premier League. That he's just got eyes running through his veins when it gets to that moment, and you know what he's going to do. But you also know that he can wait a nanosecond before, and if you haven't moved yet, he's going to dispatch it.
Yeah.
And you won't have any chance anyway. It's a brilliant penalty.
He does it. He does it. He uses that jump as a little thinking time, doesn't he? It's weird. It's like a cue for him. I just on a side note, like I obviously, you know, in the words of Clive Tilsley, I've never kicked a ball that mattered, but I have tried taking a penalty like that. It is so hard to do, and I'm like a penalty taker for my Sunday League team, whatever, but I tried taking a penalty like that, and not in a match, obviously, that would be ridiculous. But to do it on that level, you know, that is a la Panenka in 72, 76,
Yeah,
78, 74.
I think it's
One of them.
something like that. I always remember the Zidane one where he chipped it against Italy and it went in off the bar. But the no, I think it says a lot that there are only two kind of players at the top level, or at least let's say in the Premier League, two players that take penalties like that, and they're both world class, Jorginho and of course Bruno Fernandes. It's such a good penalty technique. You know, if everyone could do it, everyone would, and feel comfortable doing it in high pressure scenarios like Jorginho was under against Spain. A couple more interesting things about Jorginho. He's third in terms of ball recovery in the whole tournament, every player, right? He's actually completed 92.7 of his passes. That's stunning. And it sounds pretty stunning until you hear that he's also got 399 passes off, so 400, which is one of the highest in the tournament as well. So it's not like Reece James. Reece James has got 99% pass accuracy, but he's also only played for about 60 minutes or something.
So, sorry, give us that stat again. Passes completed.
So 399 passes. I couldn't give you a figure, but it's 92.7% of those.
That's unbelievable.
92.7%.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, that's not many passes going wrong there.
That's like sort of prime Barcelona stats.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that like Xavi and Iniesta would walk out of and they kind of not raise an eyebrow. But I'd say it's pretty much gone pretty understated with someone like Jorginho. He's, in terms of balls recovered, he's third most, but he doesn't really... It'll be interesting to see who deals with him tomorrow, because whether it will be a kind of Mason Mount or whether Gareth will go for back five. Sorry, stick to the same system and have Mason Mount drop back on him, because you need to stick someone on him. Or whether it will be a back five and he'll get Harry Kane to kind of drop into that false nine. He's not really a tackler. The most tackles in the tournament actually goes to Verratti with 21, which is 7 more than anybody else. Nutter. But he does recover the balls. Everything goes through him. If you give him time on the ball, then he'll dictate play all day.
Ross.
Which is, you know, why his teammates rate him highly enough to say he should get a Ballon d'Or. You know.
Yeah, fair enough.
We shouldn't understate him.
Roz, I feel bad asking you for a stat of the day. Do you want to just use the Jorginho passing stat, pass completion percentage? Or...
yeah, why not? Or I could just say that...
it looks like Mus has one.
I'd be happy to assist you, Roz.
Oh, go for it.
If I may pop up with a Bukayo Saka through ball. So it's also Jorginho related. So
I enjoyed that. That took a while.
So apparently he could join the list, join a list of 9 players to have appeared in the Euro and European Cup final victories in the same season. If he wins the European Championships. Yeah. Do you want to try and guess some of the 9 players?
I'm gonna put
Zidane.
an early shout out for Michel Platini with Juventus and France.
No, unfortunately, he's not one of the 9.
I'm going to say Zidane, Euro 2000, and Real Madrid at Hampden.
No, unfortunately not.
That was 2002, Joe, for future reference.
Let me give you guys some clues.
Yeah.
I was going to say, can I just quickly one more? Ronaldo won like every year the Champions League at Real Madrid, and obviously won the Euro in 2010. Yeah.
Correct. Ronaldo's one, and one of his Portuguese teammates.
Pepe.
Correct. So that's 2 of the 9. Should I give you the others?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, fine. I'm enjoying it. Fine.
So Juan Mata in 2012.
Wow.
Chelsea in Spain.
Yeah.
Fernando Torres as well. And then you have to go as far back as 1988 for the next nearest match, and that was a whole host of Dutch and PSV players: Han van, Brooklyn, Ronaldo, Ronald Koeman, Barry van Aal, Gerald Vandenberg, and then before that it was Luis Suarez, 1964, for Internazionale Milano and Spain.
Nice.
The original Luis Suarez. How about
There we
that?
go.
Look, guys, should we be worried about Italy tomorrow? Final word, please, Ros.
Yeah.
Cool.
I-
Let's.
I-
What do you reckon? No.
I'm confident. I'm confident that we've kind of faced adversity. I'm actually kind of pleased that we went a goal down against Denmark, and that the goal was pretty unavoidable. It was kind of the best possible case scenario in that there were 2 free kicks that, in my opinion, weren't free kicks.
Yeah.
And then I don't think there was anything Jordan Pickford could have done about the goal. It dipped very quickly, and their wall kind of blocked his view, which is actually not allowed, but they're still going
Cool.
on about the dive. But no, best possible case scenario, it was an unavoidable goal, but we know how it is to go behind in a game, right?
Yeah.
I'm hoping that Jordan Pickford's kind of got the jitters out. He was definitely a player that it kind of got to, having that many fans, I think. I saw on Tifo someone said that it looked like he'd had no sleep and about 19 coffees. But yeah,
okay.
essentially we need to worry about them. They've been good all tournament. However, I still think that beating Spain wasn't, it was a tight game, but I don't rate Spain.
Okay.
Belgium arguably didn't turn up either, so no reason to not be confident.
Cool. Okay. Mus, do you corroborate that, or should we worry about your team?
It's the biggest test. It's the biggest test that England have faced so far. So, yeah, depending on your mindset and mentality, then you be confident. But yeah, there is cause for worry because they're a great side.
Okay. Thanks a lot,
It's the white
guys.
final.
Oh.
Sorry. It's the white final. Just to say, 2 best teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for joining me, guys. If you've watched this and you've enjoyed it, then consider subscribing to EPL Weekly. That is the name of our channel. This is Euros Daily. We've got a couple more episodes left. We're going to do a preview for the final tomorrow morning, and we're going to do a review on Monday at some point, depending on what time we all arise from our slumbers. Yeah, consider subscribing, allow notifications, drop a comment in if you've enjoyed it. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you want to hear us talk about. And join us tomorrow for Euros Daily. It's the day of the final, lads, tomorrow. See you later.
It's coming home.